That is David Mitchell III, Paul Naroji versus Stephen Yuan and Karen Myers. So since I have two plaintiffs, let's take it one by one. Who do I have, or do I have someone here on behalf of David Mitchell III?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is David Mitchell here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mitchell. All right, and do I have someone on the second co-plaintiff, Paul Naroji?
Jiroge. The N is silent. Good afternoon.
Yes. All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Jiroge. Thank you for being here. All right, now we have two defendants, so we'll take those one by one. Do I have someone here on behalf of Stephen Ewing?
It's just going to be me, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Ewing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine. And then do I have someone on behalf of Karen Myers?
That's me, Your Honor.
Mr. Myers?
It's Karen Myers.
Oh, Karen, I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I'm not going to make, well, I guess I'm going to make a bad reference, but you must hate Key and Peele, huh?
A little bit.
Okay. I mean, especially when you corrected me like that. All right, I like it, y'all. All right, so I have Mr. Mitchell, Mr. George, Mr. Ewing, and Mr. Myers. All right, since we have two plaintiffs and two defendants, and am I correct? Anyone here an attorney?
No, Your Honor.
That's good. Shake your heads happily. No, not one of those people. That's okay. You don't need to be an attorney to be successful or at bringing your case or defending yourself in justice court. I give you both, or all four of you, a little bit of information about how we'll proceed, and that may kind of keep things smooth and get us where we all want to go. All right. So in a civil suit, always the plaintiff has the burden, meaning that it is the plaintiff's burden to show me more likely than not the things they allege are true. All right. Plaintiff gets to go first and they get to finish. So meaning they'll get to kind of give me an opening statement. They'll get to put on their witnesses, give me any evidence. And then as defendants, you both each have an individual opportunity to ask questions of any witnesses at that moment. So let's say Mr. Mitchell gives me some testimony. When he's done, you both have a chance to ask questions of him. That's called cross-exam, right? After plaintiff tells me, both plaintiffs say, Judge, we've told you all we've got. Here's all the evidence we have. We think we've shown you enough to prove more likely than not that our version of the case is correct. That is when, Mr. Myers, Mr. Ewing, you have a chance to respond as well. And you each get an individual chance to do that. You can present your own evidence. You have your own witnesses as you like, right? And then after each of you testify, the plaintiffs get a chance to ask y'all questions. They also get a chance to cross-examine. And after you've been asked questions, you get a chance to what's called sort of readdress me, right? So you may say, well, they asked me that question to kind of leave you with the wrong impression, Judge, but let me give you more information to fill it in. That's common, that happens. So we'll make sure that you all get a chance to, in a polite way, sort of volley back and forth, right? If you don't like what you hear, write it down. If you believe that something I'm being shown is incorrect or improper, I'm going to give you a chance to object to that, right? But I find it's a good idea if you don't have it, grab some paper and pen by you, and that way if you hear something and you want to make sure you revisit it, you can jot it down and say, you know, I heard you say this, let me ask you a question about it. All right, so let me ask, first thing I need to do is swear all four of you. If you all please raise your right hand for me. Understand that by appearing in court today and offering me testimony, each of you are swearing or affirming that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under a penalty of perjury. Do you so swear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Fantastic. All sworn. All right. Then, Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Joy, who would like to make an opening statement? You both can as well.
Yeah.
Who would like to go first?
I'll go first, Your Honor. I do apologize. I have a very bad cold, so I'm gonna try to be as loud as possible. Okay.
I absolutely understand, and my sympathy and empathy to you, sir.
Yeah, sounds good. So, the defendant rented the property, my property, from me. During that, they had an event. Neighbors called me because there was too much noise, or there was people parking in their yard. I ended up coming into the property to basically tell them, hey, you have to stop having this event. I live in Florida, but I just happened to be in Texas, and the neighbors knew that I was in Texas, so they asked me to come in, basically close down the party. When I came, I started closing down the party, telling everybody to evacuate the property. During that time, officers did come, and I ended up getting arrested. I ended up getting arrested because I guess there was a minor who was drinking in the party and ended up having an accident halfway during the exit of the event. I ended up spending the night in jail. Lawyer fees came to around just the lawyer fees. My lawyer was 5,000. Everything else came around 8,000. And then after that, when I ended up getting home the next day or coming back to my property the next day, um, there's a water fountain that we have there, and it was completely destroyed. And that's a very expensive water fountain. So I just incurred a lot of cost for just one party. And also on top of that, I Airbnb the property, and because of that incident, I was not able to Airbnb the property for the next 2 weeks because of the neighbors' request for no outsiders to come inside our property. Mr. David, I'll pass it on to you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Yes, Paul is a business associate and a friend of mine, and during the duration of him living in Miami, I was the manager of his Airbnb. So during this time, whatever available dates that Mr. Paul had available, he would give me open dates and I would rent it out to individuals. So the individuals that rented the place, it was a house party, and every event or things that were taken into consideration, we made sure that every individual signed agreements and gave a security deposit. So for any incidents like this, so this particular event, like I said, I rented it out to Karan and to Stephen. And during the duration of this event, like I said, I was just the manager. I was overseeing, so I was in and out of the event because, like I said, at the time, I lived about 10 to 15 minutes away, and the event was controlled and run by Karan and Stephen. And the event, yes, it got very out of hand. There was security that was supposed to be hired. It got to the point where neighbors were called, and just like Paul has mentioned, he called me and we tried our best to diffuse the situation. But in the duration of all this, police showed up. I'm gonna piggyback off what Paul said. Police showed up, and we did the best that we can do to try to get everybody off the premises. During this time, Karan and Stephen, they disappeared, along with the other people that were renting the place out to. They totally disappeared. And myself, along with Paul, we were both arrested, and we both spent the night in jail. I had to pay myself bond to get out of jail. I had to pay Paul's bond to get out of jail. I had to hire an $8,000 lawyer in the duration of this, on top of all the money that Paul lost, on top of the damages. I had to pay everything out of my pocket. So in the duration of this, I lost about $15,000 of my own, including what Paul lost on this matter. So, me and him wanted to just present this in court because, we felt like this was kind of a situation that was supposed to not have happened. And literally all the burden was stuck on me, considering these individuals were the one who rented the house out along with other individuals, Your Honor. And after the criminal case was resolved, like I said, I was on probation because of this for a whole year. I'm a business owner in the city. At the time, I was a business owner in the city, never had any issues. I got treated so unfairly, so poorly. I lost money, time, and it really just made me look bad, as far as a business owner in the city. So the individuals that rented this space out, like I said, they just skipped town, never heard from them. And even during this time, Your Honor, I tried to reach out to these both individuals to see if we can come up with a resolution to fix the issue. It was like me talking to myself, Your Honor. Never got any kind of closure to anything, which led us to where we're at right now, Your Honor. And that's all I
Right.
have.
So if I understand the plaintiff's position, plaintiffs are an owner of a property with your manager. Property was rented out to the defendants with an intention that the defendants were going to hold a party.
Yes,
They
Your
knew
Honor.
there was, that wasn't a shock, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a written?
Yes, the
right, and then-
exhibits are uploaded, Your Honor.
Hold on, Mr. Mitchell. So,
Okay.
Mr. Mitchell, the plaintiff's position is that the property was rented by the defendants. defendants held an event there that violated the contract?
Because of the magnitude of the party, and also in the contract, it also stated that they have to have security and have to have things in order. You couldn't have the party go outside of the premises of the property because it was a large property, Your Honor.
Right.
It
So
was
you're
way
alleging
beyond-
that their breach of the rental agreement is what caused y'all to be arrested, and you're suing them for your monetary, your legal fees?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Is there any part of your claim that's not for your legal fees?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. That is the loss of income from the Airbnbs
How much is the loss
rentals.
of income?
It's not that much. It's only 2,000.
Okay. So the remainder of the 18.9 is the legal fees between both of you?
Yes.
Okay. Mr., what were the actual charges that you were arraigned on or that you were booked in under?
Your Honor.
Selling,
Oh, you can go ahead, Paul. Sorry.
Your Honor, it was selling alcohol to minors.
Okay, furnishing to minors.
Yes.
And how about you, Mr. Mitchell?
Same thing, Your Honor.
Are those cases still pending?
No, as far as the case from my end, everything was dismissed, and I have documentation also uploaded to you guys regarding that BS. I did everything I needed to do, and the other individuals that were a part of this party, they were handled by Williamson County Criminal Court.
Okay. How about you, Mr. Paul? Is your
Mine,
case-
it was dismissed. I still do have to redact it from the system. So I'm hoping by next year I'll do that.
All right. You're interested in an expunction then? All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Huey, Mr. Myers, at this stage, you have a chance to make a statement as well. You do not have to, so I'll just give some information. As defendants, you can make a statement now, or you can wait and I can go through all of the plaintiff's information and the kind of the rest of their evidence. Right now, they just give me a statement of things, right? And then you get a chance to do that then. Would you like to make a statement now, or do you want to wait until you've seen everything the plaintiff has?
I like to make a statement now.
Go ahead, Mr. Myers.
Yes. So me and Trey, we were business partners. We used to own a company called Paradox Productions.
Who's Trey?
Trey Mitchell. My bad, David Mitchell. I
Oh,
know him by
okay.
Trey.
I get it. The three. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you knew Mr. Mitchell from before. This was not the first time you had met him.
Yeah, we were business partners.
Okay.
So at the time that Trey and Paul, at the time me and Trey were business partners for Paradox. Trey was the manager for the property for Mr. Paul. Yeah, for Mr. Paul. And pretty much what we were doing was we were the third party for pretty much renting out the property for events, i.e. pretty much anything creative, like art shows, what's it called, showcases, stuff like that. And we would host parties, but also we would kind of third party and like just like a third party renting out the property, and then also doing it, catering to any type of services that the promoters or whoever was hosting the event. And on the day that we're talking about, there's another company called Project Uno ATX. They had reached out to us because our company was doing good at this time, and they wanted to use the property, Mr. Paul's property, to throw in an event. The original contract that was laid out from Mr. Paul to Paradox was a contract for Paradox to third party his rental property out to other people to, i.e. do whatever but I guess whatever they needed with the property. So
Events, yeah.
yeah, and then the day of the event, we made an agreement between Paradox Production and Project Uno ATX. So the
Who's
party
Paradox Production, Mr. Myers?
Paradox Productions was our production company. Me and Trey were the owners of.
Okay.
And the company had the rental agreement between Paul. So that's how we got access to the property. And then also Trey was the manager of the property. And then for the contract, for the rental contract, the rental contract didn't even have me or Steven's name on it. The rental contract for the event was between Project Uno ATX and Paradox Productions, which was me and Trey.
Okay. Paradox doesn't own the land though. So
No.
did y'all have something with Mr. Paul?
Yeah, so
Give you
we
a
had a
lease for some sort of short-term rental for the property?
yeah, so we had a rental agreement with Mr. Paul. So Paradox had a rental agreement with Mr. Paul.
All right, real quick. Mr. Mitchell, is that accurate?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, that's accurate.
So Paradox, a company name, is that, Mr. Myers, is that a DBA or is that an LLC?
No, it wasn't LLC. It wasn't LLC.
It was an LLC. All right, so Paradox LLC signed a contract with Paul's company.
No, I mean,
Just
it
with-
was just with Paul. It was just with Paul as the owner.
Okay,
And-
just him as an
yeah.
individual. All right, with him
Yes,
as an
ma'am.
individual. And after you got that agreement, Paradox signed a new agreement to sublease the spot to Project Uno OTX.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mitchell, is that correct?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
How does Mr. Ewing fit into this?
So he was the cameraman for our
Who?
company for Paradox. So he was just he pretty much comes to anything that we're involved with to do our BTS and promo, stuff like that. He had nothing to do with the coordination or anything.
Okay, I'm wrapping my head around all of those. I hear some contract issues coming in, but let's get the rest of the story out and then I'll take a look at some documents, give y'all some answers. Okay. So Paradox, you and Mr. Mitchell have Paradox LLC. Y'all signed an agreement with Paul to rent out the space. And independently of that, Mr. Mitchell, in his own individual capacity, works as the manager for Mr. Paul.
Yes,
Yes,
Your Honor.
Your
Yeah,
Honor.
I see how this all comes together. All right. And Mr. Ewing is an employee or an independent contractor that Paradox hires as a cameraman.
Yes, Your Honor.
And is he an employee or is he an independent contractor?
Independent contractor.
All right. So, Mr. Ewing, you'll get a chance to respond. So far, this accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So Ewing is the cameraman for Paradox. Paradox is going to have the event, except that y'all get a call from Project Uno ATX. So then y'all sign a new contract with them and they take over the space for that
No.
night.
No, so the whole event idea was Project ATX, Uno Project ATX. They just knew they heard that we had the rental property, we had access to the rental property. So they contact our company and asked could they use the rental property to host their event.
All right. And
And-
y'all agree.
Yes, and then they also so this is where my understanding was, because I'm not the one that actually did the actual agreement with Project ATX. Trey Mitchell was the one. I mean, David Mitchell was the one that actually did the contract with them. So I don't really know the whole details. I just know what Trey told me. Well, I mean, what Mitchell told me.
And Mr. Myers, have you seen any contract between your company, Paradox LLC, and Project Uno ATX?
Yes, I did see it, but when it came down to actually talking to Project Uno, I guess there was some miscommunications on the actual things that was in the contract.
But to your knowledge, the reason you let them use the property that night is that they signed a contract with your company, Paradox.
Yes, ma'am.
Did y'all get paid for that?
We were supposed to, but we had an issue with after the night where
All right, so let's
Project-
not, whether you received the money or not, were you supposed to be
oh
paid?
yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes,
How
ma'am.
much were you supposed to be paid for that?
It was a percentage. It wasn't a set amount.
Percentage of what?
A percentage of the whatever that they made off the event that day.
Were they selling merch? Were they taking tickets? Were they, how, I mean,
So it was a ticket event.
percentage of the ticket sales?
Yes.
All right. Now, where's Project Uno ATX?
So after the event, he pretty much disappeared. He ran off with the money and disappeared. And then I finally got him on the phone. I convinced him to come and meet up. We met at our studio at the time.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go back to the 9 and 9. Okay. So Paradox has a contract with Paul for y'all to use the rental property. You
Yes,
get a
ma'am.
call from Project Uno, says we want to do it instead. To your knowledge, a contract on behalf of Paradox was signed with Project Uno so that they would be able to use the space that night.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then on the night of the event, to your knowledge, does Project Uno ATX show up and hold an event?
Yes.
Like, why were y'all there if it's not your event?
So we're a service-based company. So like whatever the host didn't have to facilitate his event, we helped him out with. So like the ticketing services, the sound speakers, pretty much anything that the host couldn't get themselves, we would facilitate that for them for additional fee.
Okay, so then now the event is there. Project ATX is selling tickets. Party is happening. Do you hear from Mr. Mitchell or Mr. Paul that night?
Yes. So the day of the event, I guess a lot of things went wrong. So like I said, there was miscommunication between the promoter and the coordinator, David, and they were missing a lot of things that they thought that we were covering. And then also we had covered a lot of like the DJ for one. They already had a DJ and sound equipment, but I already brought my DJ and I brought my sound equipment, thinking that they stuff like that. So
Yes,
it
the
was just a
part
lot
where
of
God
communication.
show up and Mr. Mitchell arrives, like, right? The party is happening. What I heard from the opening statement from Mr. Paul and Mr. Mitchell is that they got called from the neighbors that it was too loud and that people were parking in the grass.
Yes.
To your knowledge, was that accurate?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Like so when we third party the property to other companies or promoters, we usually have rules. We have rules that you can't park outside the gate, you can't be too loud. Like, there's certain things that's in the contract that they're supposed to abide by.
Yeah.
And that's where the breach of contract came from.
Okay, so the party gets out of hand. Does Mr. Mitchell come over that evening?
Yes, he was there.
And Mr. Paul came over that evening?
Yes.
Do you know who called the police?
I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know. Were y'all there when the police arrived?
Yes.
Or Mr. Myers, were you there when the police arrived?
Yes.
How about you, Mr. Ewing? Were you there when the police arrived?
I was.
Okay. And Mr. Myers, did you know that Mr. Mitchell and Mr. Paul were arrested that evening?
Yes. I found out while I was in the house.
Okay. Let me see the contracts, because here's the thing, all of you are suing in individual names, but I'm hearing that there was a lot of contracts in LLC names, and I don't
Yes,
really
ma'am.
understand why Mr. Ewing is here.
I
Mr.
feel,
Mitchell,
Your Honor, I feel that he was more than just a cameraman for this event. That's why we brought him into
whether
this.
you feel it or not, if he is listed as an independent contractor, you paid him, you're gonna have to show me that he went above and beyond being a cameraman to actually cause this to happen. Especially if what Mr. Myers says is true, is that y'all actually subleased to Project Uno ATX. Why is that person not a part of this case?
It was, as far as the sublease, it was more of a collaboration with the Project Uno ATX and Paradox Productions, Your
This is where
Honor.
the contracts are gonna answer those questions. So let's see, Mr. Mitchell, you said you provided some of the contracts underlying this case, correct?
Yes, and also I also mailed some documents in because I wasn't able to upload them.
Not a problem, let's see. Mary, are those marked? Do we have a folder of anything that came in?
Let me see.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up, we have several exhibits. I'm gonna pull these up and I'll just be kind of looking at them one side and then I'll share them. I always like to make sure there's nothing that's, I'm not trying to give anybody's home address or credit card info if it's on here. So let's take a look. First thing is
I don't think we received like a contract, but received like pictures and things like that. But I don't see anything in regards to a contract.
Do we have anything that's not uploaded into Odyssey though? Like, did he submit something in paper form that's, because we have sometimes people bring us trial exhibit notebooks. Like, we've received giant blueprints of things that it's hard to upload, and so they brought in physical items. Mr. Mitchell, did you bring anything physical to the court?
I mailed it in next day through the post office, pretty much like 2 or 3 weeks before today's date.
What were the items that you were mailing to us?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
What items did you mail us?
Pretty much the information that you're asking for, the contracts and just extra additional documentation
All right.
that to support, you know, my evidence.
Okay,
It's
here-
not physical, it's in our S drive.
Okay, we got it. If we uploaded it for him.
Yes,
So I
because
can
it was
access
so
all that.
big. Yeah,
Okay, that's what I mean. So do I need to, can I get it in Odyssey or do you go to the S drive for it?
S drive.
Okay, there we go, y'all.
It should be the top folder.
That's not uncommon, y'all. We get lots of things. If you want to sing large videos, sometimes we get quite a bit from. Let's see here. So first I got 47 pages from the defendant. And this is from Mr. Myers. You submitted lots of these things. So screenshots of Instagram messages.
Yes, that's messages from the Project Uno.
And is this all that it is? Are these just screenshots of messages?
Yes.
Okay, all right, we'll come back to it. And then I have Exhibit E, studio property inventory and declaration.
Yes, that's all for my counterclaim.
Okay. I don't, Mr. Myers, did you pay the counterclaim fee?
Yes, $54.
Very, it just still shows unpaid.
Hmm?
I see it says paid. It was probably just not updated in the events. Let me see. I'll
I
double
paid
check
the
the
same day.
financials.
Okay. Let's
Yeah,
take
because I
a,
see paid.
Let's take a 10-minute recess, give you guys a chance to grab something to drink. I'm gonna get all the documents up on my computer, and that way I don't have to sit here and open up files, and then we can more quickly display it. So let's take a short 10-minute recess. We'll be back here at about 3:10, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, see Mr. Mitchell, I see Mr. Paul, I see Mr. Yuan, and Mr. Myers. All right, we're doing this case a little bit non-standard, but in justice court, we can call what's developing the case, and I'm getting a clearer understanding of actually what took place on this night. Now, I'm going to ask you, and if I'm looking at these documents correctly, did this event, the night of all this happening, was that in May of 2023?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So now I see two contracts, and Mr. Mitchell, I see the things that you submitted, so I'm going to share my screen, and there's nothing in here that strikes me as privileged. So I'm going to share my screen and have you identify this document. Okay. Mr. Mitchell, can you see my screen when it comes up?
It's loading right now, Your Honor. I'm waiting for it. Yes, I see it, Your Honor.
All right. At the top of this, it's a 2-page document. Your second page. It says Little Texas Event Space Rental Agreement. Do you recognize this document, Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Myers, do you recognize this document?
Yes, Your Honor. I remember.
All right, so this appears to be the agreement for you. What you told me was Mr. Yu and Mr. Mitchell were Paradox Productions. And this is your rental agreement with Mr. Paul for Paradox Productions as the renter and Mr. Naroji as the owner to rent the space out. Mr. Paul, do you recognize this agreement? Is this the agreement that you have with Paradox Productions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, you're fine. Don't worry. Y'all are being very polite. And I can see that this allowed for Paradox Productions to use the rental space on the evening of May 20th from 8 p.m. until 3 a.m. All right. So this is the deal. Mr. Myers, Mr. Mitchell, your company struck a deal with Mr. Paul's as an individual. It's just him. He's by himself. He owns some land. He said, yep, you can rent out my spot for this night between these hours to have an event. And the cost of that was going to be only $850. So it would have been 12, but it got discounted to $850. And there's a $500 deposit, and that was due up front before you got the keys. All right.
Yes.
Okay. And then right in here, there's a deposit. Of the deposit, it must cover damages to the property or things that occurred afterward, right? Return of security deposit. The owner shall return security deposit minus any amounts deemed necessary to repair damage from the renter or renter's associates, guests, invitees, contractors, and all other persons whatsoever who enter the venue during the rental period, whether or not persons did so with renter's knowledge or consent. So this document makes Mr. Myers and Mr. Mitchell, your company, Paradox, liable to Mr. Paul for any and all damages that occurred, including those that occurred by result of you rented it out to Project Uno ATX,
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
right? So that is clear as day in this contract. Y'all are responsible for what happens when you sublet it out. And it doesn't say you can't sublet it. In fact, it seems to encourage that because it allows for these things in here. All right? It doesn't say you can't. It says that you are liable for anything that takes place to the owner. And then you're all at the bottom of it. So this is the agreement that y'all had with Mr. Paul. All right. Now, after you sign this agreement, you did sublease it, and this is the second one. So this is 4 pages, but it says 1 of 4, but it's just 2 pages.
Yes.
But I can see that it seems to continue 1 through 9, and then at the bottom. Mr. Mitchell, do you recognize this document?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
What is this document?
This is the sublease agreement for the event space as well.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Who is Jalen Brown?
He was the individual that's the representative of the company Project Uno.
Why did you not put it in Project Uno's name? Why is it in Jalen Brown's name?
That's why he signed his personal name on there, Your Honor. I don't know why he put his personal name on there, but he was one of the associates that was a part of this company called Project Uno.
Okay, but now this is an agreement between Unitot LLC. Who's that?
This is
Unique Thoughts.
yeah, that's
Unique Thoughts is my company.
Whose company?
My company, Unique Thoughts.
Is that Mr. Paul?
Yes.
So this is not an agreement between Paradox and Jalen Brown. This is someone else. So this is Mr. Paul now taking the space and giving it to someone else on the same night. And that's where I'm confused because there's so many dates. Like, is this a valid contract? What is this? Because this date is for April 2023, but I can see underneath it, it looks like it once said May 20th, 26th, none of which are the dates that this thing said it happened. Well, I don't really know what this document is proven for me because it's not between Paradox, it's not between Project Uno. It's
Yes.
a document, it's not even in Mr. Paul's name. This document doesn't relate to any of the 4 of you in the way that it was explained to me. So I don't know what this is. Mr. Mitchell, what was the purpose of showing this to the court? What were you trying to prove with this?
that basically this document, Your Honor, was just showing that Project Uno and Paradox Productions were a part of this event because I'm just trying to.
But this document doesn't show any of that. This document doesn't reference Paradox or Project Uno. It talks
Yeah.
about Unitot and Jalen Brown.
Yes. So I guess we
Well,
can disregard
This
that.
document doesn't do anything for the case for either side because it doesn't
Yes,
show
ma'am.
anything. The one that I see that's relevant is this one,
Yes.
where Paradox agrees to pay back Paul for any damages that occur as a result of y'all having an event there.
Your Honor, also so pretty much a lot of the damages and fees that Paul lost out on, I had to pay that out of my pocket on top of my court costs and a portion of his court costs and bail money that I had to bail myself and Paul out of jail that night.
Per this agreement, you're responsible to do that.
Yes.
Or your company, Paradox is, and which I guess would include Mr. Meyer.
Yes. So this is why, Your Honor, we're trying to I paid what I needed to pay to Paul. So we're just trying to get Mr. Myers and also Stephen Ewing. But if we can't get Stephen in with Mr. Myers to pay the portion that he needs to pay directly to Paul, this is why we're here, because I did everything that I tried to do to fix this with Paul to, pay everything back to clear my name with the individual.
This is something else, Mr. Mitchell, that you provided. I'll share my screen again. You recognize this document?
Yes.
All right, and who created this document?
This was a document that I had created and I gave to this in the Project Uno group.
It's not dated. This is not a signature. I don't know what this relates to. There's no address, there's no date, there's literally no useful information on this,
Your Honor.
right? I don't, that's not sufficient.
Okay. Yes,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
And then I see that y'all hired a lawyer. That I understand.
Yes.
This is the bail bond. That I get. What is this? This tenant statement?
So this, Your Honor, is, I know this does not directly affect the event from that night, but this was a snowball effect from the event. So after this event happened, the individual, the place that we had, the business that we had, the individual stopped paying rent and left me with all the bills for the next, from June until August, and I was stuck with about a $3,000 debt.
That's too inconsequential. That's not. Let's go back here. Okay.
Okay.
So Paradox rented out the land from Mr. Paul. Y'all sublet it, I guess, because I don't have a contract. This is insufficient to show that, and the other one doesn't reference y'all at all. But there's no doubt it doesn't sound. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. There doesn't seem to be a dispute that Mr. Myers and Mr. Mitchell, as Paradox Productions, allowed another entity or operator to come in and actually hold the event that evening. And this was May 20th of 2023.
Correct.
Mr. Myers, that's correct?
Yes, correct.
All right. So you got an event on 2023. Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Myers, do either of you have a written contract between Paradox and Project Uno or anyone for that night that says May 20th, 2023 at that location? Got anything in writing?
So I wasn't the one communicating with them, so I don't have anything.
I understand that, Mr. Myers, but you are co-partner in this LLC.
Yes.
Right. Mr. Mitchell, did you get a written agreement with anyone on behalf of Project Uno or an individual representing them that lists Paradox renting to them?
The only documentation that I had, Your Honor, was the stuff that you said it wasn't sufficient. So no, Your Honor, I don't.
So this is it. This responsibility and security agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mitchell, how did you send this to Project Uno?
It was through DocuSign, Your Honor.
All right. And do you have any information for this company other than an email to send them through DocuSign?
No, Your Honor.
Was this the only agreement you sent them?
This one and then the other one, Your Honor, that pulled up that had multiple dates on there. These were the only two documents that were sent to them.
Yeah, now that one wasn't in Paradox's name. So why would that, how would that prove to me that Paradox had an agreement with someone that doesn't say Project Uno? Because there's a distinction in the two, right? Well, you showed me those two documents are, let's go back. I already closed that one. Yeah, see, this one doesn't tie it to me together, right? When this comes up. So the first document, this one's clear. This little Texas, I see Mr. Paul, he's right here. I see Paradox Productions, which y'all have already explained is you and Mr. Myers.
Yes, Your Honor.
This one, there's, I mean, I assume that this is your name or this is your signature, right? If I take it as what you're swearing to me, that this is a document you sent to Project Uno, I'll say, all right, Project Uno's on it. It doesn't have anything else to tie it to this property or that night, but you've told me it's true and I'll take you under your sworn testimony.
Yes,
But
Your Honor.
this document, this document in no way proves that there's something going on. It doesn't have the right date. It doesn't have anyone's correct name. It's between Unitot. I don't know who that is. It's certainly not the owner. And Jalen Brown. That's none of the people in these two documents. Even if I take this one to be valid, doesn't do anything. Right? So that's why this one doesn't add anything. I don't find that it's relevant to the case because it, on its own face, it fails. So I'm going back to this one. Owner does not accept any responsibility for damage. Owner shall not be liable for any loss, damage, or injury of any person to people. Renter shall be liable for any physical damages, legal actions, and or loss of reputation that owner may incur. So Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Myers, if your company has an agreement with another company to hold you harmless and pay you for your damages, why are they not a party to this case?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Ask your business partner. I don't know. Are you and Mr. Mitchell still talking? Sounds like not. Mr. Mitchell, why are they not included? Since that's actually who caused the problem, if I understand everyone's story right.
Your Honor, was because this was a civil matter, not a criminal matter. When I was in the criminal court, they told me that this needed to go to civil court, and considering that Paradox Productions was myself and Karan Myers, I was just trying to get everything resolved and bring this, to the court so we can get this.
But Mr. Mitchell, my question is simple. Mr. Myers did not hold the party that caused the problem. Project Uno held the party that caused the problem. And per your agreement that you've told me to the court, they owe you money. Why are you not suing them? Why Mr. Myers, your business partner? When he had nothing to do with it, for what I'm hearing.
He was the one, Your Honor, that put this together with myself. This wasn't just me all by myself putting
And
this.
that goes back to it. Mr. Mitchell, you and Mr. Myers, per the evidence you've shown me, are liable to Mr. Paul for the damages
Yes.
that he incurred as a result of the party getting out of hand.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's no proof whatsoever here that Mr. Ewing's responsible for any of this. He seems like some guy who came to take photos. Did you take any photos that night, Mr. Ewing?
I mean, I took a couple videos here and there. I was
Yeah.
trying to make them something.
How'd you get paid? Did you get paid?
No.
All right. I'm gonna let y'all figure that one out, right? If you had an independent contractor, showed him did work, you didn't pay him. I don't know, but that's not a part of the case before me. All right. So the argument is that Mr. Mitchell, you and Mr. Paul say that Mr. Ewing and Mr. Myers caused y'all to be arrested because they let a party get out of hand. And that is a breach of a contract, except the problem with that case is that there's no contract between you and Paul and Mr. Myers and Mr. Ewing. The contract was between Paul and Paradox. You
Yes, Your
can't
Honor.
sue people individually if they have done this in an LLC. That's the reason y'all made an LLC, was to not be sued liably individually, right? Mr. Myers, your counterclaim is against who
David Mitchell.
and why? You're his business partner. Y'all were the tenants that night and you sublet, and any problem that resulted, you're liable for per the contract y'all all agreed to sign.
Yeah, so my counterclaim isn't actually for like the case. It was the aftermath of it. Me being locked out of my business, him taking all my stuff. After this party, David Mitchell pretty much cut me off and took all my stuff. And then now he's suing me. And I have text messages.
All right, well, wait a minute,
got you.
where go? Mr. Paul. He disappeared. Where'd he go?
Sure, Your Honor.
He left the session.
I wonder if he realizes that. Let's take a moment, see if he returns, but
Yeah, I don't see anybody in the waiting room as of now.
Mr. Mitchell, if you can get a hold of your co-plaintiff, you might want to call him and say, hey, what happened?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. Give me 1 second.
Your Honor, do I need to still be in here? Like,
Yes, Mr. Ewing, case isn't over. You got to stick around to the very end. I
Okay, he
appreciate
is
that.
back in.
Apologize, Your Honor.
Okay, good. Mr. Paul, I'm glad you're back. Please be very cautious if you're operating a vehicle while you're in court. Maybe pull over.
Yeah, sorry about that. Now I can hear you. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me look.
Mr. Paul, other than your legal fees, what are the damages that you sustained as a result of the party getting out of hand that night?
Just the 2,000.
That was the $2,000 in the lost rent. Oh, Mr. Paul, you're breaking up. Hello again. All right, Mr. Paul, have you received any payment for the damages, either for your legal fees or the lost income from Mr. Mitchell or Mr. Myers at this stage? Have you received any money from either of them? Mr. Mitchell, I'll ask you, have you given any money to Mr. Paul as a result of the damages that he incurred?
Yes, Your Honor. A lot of the damages that occurred, I took care of a lot of, the issues that he's presenting.
How much have you given him?
Total about $3,000 to $4,000, Your Honor.
There's a big difference in that. As a business person, I expect you to know how much money you've given away.
About $4,000, Your Honor.
Do you have receipts for that?
Yes, I can provide receipts, Your Honor. I don't have it with me right now, but I can provide
What was
documentation.
that $4,000 for?
Part of it was for, like I said, bailing him out of jail, and then also for the night of the event, the money that he lost, I paid that off for the night, and then also I gave him money to help fix the water fountain that was destroyed.
Why'd you give him money for the event? Your contract doesn't seem to require that.
I know I just did it because of that was the amount that he usually charges for events.
How much did you put toward the fountain?
So if I paid 500,
No, the fountain was not.
oh, it was okay.
All right, Mr. Paul, Mr. Mitchell told me that he's given you about $4,000 after this event took place as a result of some of the damages you incurred. Is that correct?
Give or take, yes.
All right.
He did do the bill and also give me the 800 and 500 that was required as a deposit.
Oh, so he just paid you your rental fee that was for the contract. In addition to the
Yeah, the
rent
rent-
that was owed under the contract they originally signed as Paradox, the only extra money
fee
he
for
gave
as
you was
well.
$4,000 for your bail?
Yes, please. Yes,
Mr. Mitchell, is that correct? You paid the rent that y'all were already owed as Paradox when you rented it, and then in addition to that, you paid him $4,000 towards bail?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Mitchell, as a result of paying the bail, did you receive back that bond fee, or was that toward the lawyer?
It was for the lawyer. I never received anything back.
Okay, so that went toward his legal fees then. All right, that's not uncommon. You put down a cash bond and you hire a counsel. It's not uncommon for the bond to go to the counsel and they just put that toward the legal fees. So, all right, that makes sense. And Mr. Paul, in total, your legal fee you said was it $8,000 or only $5,000?
it was $5,000.
$5,000.
I did additional cost because I had to fly in every time, and that's how it got to 8,000.
All right, how about the fountain? You said the fountain was messed up and destroyed? Now, real quick,
Yeah,
because y'all
that
did submit
was-
this. I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah.
Tell me if this is the fountain in
Okay.
question. Is that the fountain in this video screen? Y'all see my screen?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. This is the fountain.
This the fountain? Is this video from the night in question?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because it says May
Yes, it is.
26th. So what night was the event?
Yes.
Do y'all know what night this all happened? I know how we can answer that.
This was the night of the event, Your Honor. Yes, it was
Okay.
May the 26th. I'm
May
apologies.
26th.
Let me
All right.
see.
Sale of alcohol to a minor in Williamson County. Mr. Paul, did you also hire Mitchell and Associates, or Michael and Associates rather? Did you hire your own counsel?
I ended up hiring my own counsel. Yeah.
Love that they didn't bother to put a date on the bond. That's fun. Okay, so Mr. Paul, you said that your fountain was destroyed or was damaged in the party. What happened to the fountain?
I think people just sat on it, and the bottom thing that holds the fountain broke off. So yeah.
Have you had it repaired? Mr. Paul, have you had it repaired?
Sadly, no, because I've been trying to find Your Honor.
Have you had any estimates for the repair?
Yes,
What are those estimates coming in at?
it's around $800.
Mr. Myers, your counterclaim. Let's turn to that now. In your counterclaim, you have several things you list out. Conversion for personal property, conversion of company property, business interruption, defamation, wrongful inclusion in the suit, threats and harassment. All right, conversion of personal property. You claim that Mr. Mitchell has retained personal property from a recording studio, including a CPU, RAM, your mix forecast, black magic switcher, handheld LED lights, smaller handheld lights, tripod stands, and other equipment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where were those items?
In our so we had 3 rooms in our studio. It was in our second room, our podcast room.
You said your studio.
Yeah, we had 3. We had a record. Well, that's I guess a studio, and it was 3 rooms. They were all different. One was an art room. One was a podcast.
Own them,
room.
or were y'all renting those?
We were renting.
And how did you just? What happened? Did you go try to get your stuff back and you were barred from entry, or did you go and it was missing?
So he pretty much changed the locks on me, and then locked me out of all the access to all the company's stuff.
Mr. Mitchell, is that correct? Did you change the locks and not allow Mr. Myers to get in?
Your Honor, as a per agreement to the owner of the establishment, they told me to lock Mr. Myers out because he didn't pay rent and I had to cover the rent on my own because we were a company.
Mr. Mitchell, did you change the locks, yes or no?
Yes, I did.
Got it. Now, Mr. Myers, this place that you were renting, were you renting it as yourself, or did you and Mr. Mitchell rent it as Paradox Productions?
We rented as Paradox Productions.
All right. You have a copy of that lease?
Unfortunately, no, Your Honor, because he locked me out of the email.
I understand that. So, Mr. Myers, and as a tenant in Texas, you have the right to re-enter after an unlawful lockout, even from a co-tenant. Did you pursue your options to go back into the property?
Yes.
And what happened when you tried to get a writ of re-entry?
He attacked me.
Did you get a writ of re-entry from the court?
Oh, no.
Okay, so you tried to self-help.
Yes. Well, no. So, one of our independent contractors at the time, her name is Raven. She was in the studio at the time, and she had called me and said, "Hey, I'm in the studio. If you want to come by and get your stuff, come and grab it." And then when I went over there and grabbed it, Trey came in, and that's when he attacked me.
Did you get your stuff back?
No.
Mr. Mitchell, did you ever get my stuff back?
Your Honor, the things that were in the place were a part of Paradox Production. So
All right. Mr. Myers, were those items that you had personally purchased in your own individual capacity, or were they things that were purchased through the company's accounts?
So some of the stuff was through the company's account, and then some
Don't
of
get
it
any
was
of that.
personal
What's the stuff that was your individual items that you say Mr. Mitchell hasn't given you back?
stuff. My computer,
Computer?
my RAM cards, my light sticks, my light stands, the art pieces, my 5 pieces of artwork that was given to me. I have a list. I can't remember all off the top of my head, but it's in one of my exhibits. It's under personal property.
Mr. Mitchell, are there any items that you retained that were not Paradox Productions property?
Your Honor, everything that Karan's mentioning was a part of Paradox Productions and was a part of the entity.
Do either of you have any proof of that? Here's why. I take you both as true, right? Mr. Myers, you say you bought it for yourself. Mr. Mitchell says, no, that's stuff the company owned. It's Mr. Myers, as a counter plaintiff, it's your burden to show me with evidence, more likely than not, that it's your stuff. Other than giving me a list, do you have any proof that those things you bought in your own capacity and took them up there?
I can give receipts. I just don't have them with me right now, but I can definitely get receipts.
Today's the day for that, though, y'all.
Yeah, I got you. Your Honor, no, at this time I do not.
Okay. All right, then. I really appreciate all of the patience and everyone's time and effort today. But I'm going to go ahead and give you all an outcome or a decision today, and then you can certainly appeal it on both sides. All right. So for the cases, we had Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Paul versus Mr. Yuan and Mr. Myers. And all of you were sued in individual capacities. And Mr. Myers, you counterclaimed in the same way in an individual capacity. Based on what I've heard today, certainly Mr. Yuan, you don't seem to have any personal responsibility in this situation whatsoever. So for the plaintiffs, it would be a plaintiff take nothing as to Mr. Yuan. In a similar fashion, but not for the same reasons, it's going to be a plaintiff take nothing as to Mr. Myers. And here's why. The contracts, which all parties agreed are not in dispute, original via lease was from Mr. Paul as an individual to Paradox Productions. You cannot sue Mr. Myers or Mr. Mitchell as an individual when they signed it as an LLC. You must pursue it as an LLC. Mr. Paul, you are really welcome to appeal this decision. You can teach the counsel about if you still have any options at this point. This case is now more than 2 years old. It was filed within the first year, but it's now been longer than that since the event occurred, right? But I don't find there's any personal liability to you, Mr. Paul, from either Mr. Myers or Mr. Ewing, because you did not have any contractual agreement with them. And in fact, it sounds like everyone agrees that the actual cause of the problem with the party was this person who's not here today, the LLC, was it ATX Productions or something? I don't want to get that wrong because y'all all have similar names. Would be Project Uno ATX, right? Whoever that was. So that is why there's no claim of action against Mr. Myers or Mr. Ewing. They did not actually cause the damage. And the contract that was in place that is clear and unambiguous between Mr. Paul and Paradox made Paradox responsible. And then Paradox may have limited their liability by having a third party, but Mr. Paul can sue all of you. He just sued you individually, and that's why it's a take nothing for the plaintiffs today. Mr. Myers, in your counterclaim, I don't find that you've got any evidence to show me that they were your personal items, enough sufficiently to contradict Mr. Mitchell's testimony that those were items y'all bought as part of the company. All right. So today it's going to be all parties take nothing. You absolutely, all 4 of you have the right to appeal my decision. For a case like this, as you might have heard in the earlier matters, it's 21 days. And then you got to check if day 21 is a holiday, state holiday, a federal holiday, or a day that we're closed early. Okay. And that's only through, I will say, that's only through the end of the year. January 1st, a whole new set of rules for computation of time come in small claims courts. But you'll already, by then, it'll be too late for y'all. Okay. All right. Thank you all very much. Any small questions? I can't relitigate everything, but if there's any questions of sort of procedure, I can answer those now. So let's go one by one. Mr. Paul, do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Mitchell, did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Hi, thank you. Mr. Myers, any questions?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ewing, any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, well, y'all go forth and keep the party in, except keep it, I guess, quieter. In Round Rock, huh? I'm from Round Rock. I got to tell you, I don't think of like having a house party and it's breaking it out that way in Round Rock, but things have changed. So, all right. Good luck to all 4 of you gentlemen. All 4 parties are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.